The Golden State Warriors parted ways with a longtime member of the franchise on Monday, June 30th, the opening day of NBA free agency. Center Kevin Looney, who spent the entirety of his first 10 years in the league as a member of the Warriors, agreed to a 2-year contract to join the New Orleans Pelicans. Shams Charania of ESPN broke the news Monday night. Free agent center Kevin Looney has agreed to a 2-year, $16 million deal with the New Orleans Pelicans, sources tell ESPN. Charania posted to X. Life Sports Agency CEO Todd Ramisar and the Pelicans reached a deal tonight for the 3-time NBA champion who departs Golden State after 10 years. Looney was a regular starter for Golden State from 2020 to 24, appearing in 299 games over that 4-year stretch and starting 220 of those contests. His best season came in 2022 to 23, the year following the Dubs' most recent title. He averaged 7.0 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 2.5 assists in 82 games played, 70 starts that season. For his career, Looney has put up 5.0 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.6 assists in 17.2 minutes per night. Warriors targeting former Celtics big man Al Horford as Kevin Looney replacement. Looney's departure only further highlights the Warriors' need to add a viable center to the roster. Ideally, that player could guard inside and out, switch occasionally on the perimeter, and provide floor spacing as a respectable three-point shooter. Al Horford, most recently of the Boston Celtics, can do all of that. As such, he is Golden State's top target as free agency begins. Russell Westbrook has emerged as a potential free agent target for the Knicks, and Al Horford is a top target for Golden State, league sources tell at Jake L. Fisher and me. Mark Stein of the Stein Line reported via X Monday afternoon. Horford will play next season at 39 years old, but remains a viable big man in the league. He averaged 9.0 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 2024 to 25, connecting on 36.3% of his shots from behind the three-point arc on more than 5 attempts per game, which should fit perfectly alongside Stephen Curry and add outside shooting to lineups that feature Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, or both. Horford's price remains an open question, though he played the last 2 seasons in Boston on a deal worth a total of $19.5 million. Horford won the first title of his NBA career with the Celtics on the first year of that contract following the 2023-24 campaign. DeAndre Ayton among only top center options available after first day of free agency. Multiple reports Monday indicated that the Warriors were zeroing in on Horford and that the two sides shared optimism about an impending deal. However, if that doesn't happen, the big man options in free agency are quickly wearing thin. DeAndre Ayton negotiated a buyout on the final year of his contract with the Portland Trail Blazers over the weekend, which makes him available on Tuesday night. And should Horford fall through, Ayton may be Golden State's last best option. That is because Brook Lopez signed with the Los Angeles Clippers on Monday night, while Clint Capella inked a deal with the Houston Rockets. Now that the NBA draft is over and free agency is on the horizon, it is time for teams to think about Summer League, where their young stars will get the chance to shine and prove that they deserve a big role on their teams for the upcoming season. Beginning on July 10th and spanning through July 20th, 76 total games will be played between the California Classic, Salt Lake City Summer League, and Las Vegas Summer League in order for a champion to be crowned. But as games get closer and closer, the participating teams are starting to reveal their rosters for the off-season competition, with the Golden State Warriors being one of them. On June 29th, the Warriors revealed their 19-player roster ahead of the tournament, with a lot of familiar names from the last couple of seasons making their Summer League returns. Warriors roster. Out of all the players on the team, only 4 of them are veterans. Second-year player Jules Bernard, fourth-year player Marquez Bolden, fourth-year player Isaiah Mobley, and second-year player Jackson Rowe are the only veterans on the squad, with the rest being rookies. Players such as Quinton Post, who played a pivotal role for the Warriors down the stretch, is the most notable omission from the roster, stating that he did not wish to participate in Summer League action anymore. Here is the full roster of players. Guards: Taran Armstrong, Jules Bernard, L.J. Cryer, Leopold Delaney, Chris Manon, Gabe Matson, Bezm Beng, Chance McMillian, Jaden Shackelford. Forwards, Javier Francis, Alex Higgins-Ticha, Blake Hinson, Will Richard, Jackson Rowe, Dante Scott, Alex Tui. Centers, Marquez Bolden, Coleman Hawkins, Isaiah Mobley. Tui and Richards are two players to keep an eye on. Despite being second-round picks, both players have tremendous upside and, with the right development, could become key parts of the Warriors' rotation down the line. Warriors' Summer League track record. Last season, the Warriors were one of the best teams in Summer League, finishing with a 4-1 record and coming in third place behind the league champions, Miami Heat, and the runners-up, the Memphis Grizzlies. But in the seasons leading up to that, the Warriors struggled to make any sort of noise in the competition, finishing with a 0-5 record in the 2023 edition and a 1-4 record in 2022. But this time around, the Warriors will want to win not only because they came so close last season, but because a win could show them exactly what they have to work when it comes to their prospects. Summer League is vital for development, but also for seeing how good the rookies are. If the team's newcomers prove how good they are, then the Warriors could be in good shape come regular season. As the Golden State Warriors entered their offseason, many thought there were only a few manageable targets they could pursue, including a few veteran centers and other players, to build out their roster around their current veteran trio. However, given the recent shocking developments of the Milwaukee Bucks waiving of Damian Lillard, reports are now coming out that Giannis Antetokounmpo is unhappy with the organization, and the Warriors' dream of acquiring the superstar may have new life. Bucks' shocking moves may give Warriors a fresh chance to pursue Giannis. Antetokounmpo, who has spent 12 seasons in Milwaukee, is a bona fide superstar who, if he were to become available via trade, would be the biggest possible acquisition across the NBA of the last several seasons. Last season, at age 30, Antetokounmpo averaged an astounding 30.4 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 6.5 assists, receiving outside consideration for MVP and further cementing himself as a top 3 player in the league. However, the Bucks' brutal defeat in the first round of the playoffs to the Indiana Pacers, coupled with the devastating Achilles injury to 36-year-old Damian Lillard, fueled speculation that Antetokounmpo could demand a trade for a chance to win another championship before the end of his career. Now, with the Bucks signing Miles Turner to a 4-year, $107 million contract, the team was forced to waive Lillard, resulting in reported disgruntlement from Antetokounmpo. While it is likely the end of Lillard's career, the Bucks' championship window is likely now open again, and it is uncertain whether they would even be willing to move Antetokounmpo. However, any potential for a superstar of that caliber to be available could give interested teams hope, and multiple teams have reportedly been holding back from larger trades this offseason in hopes that Antetokounmpo could still become available. While such a move would be incredibly difficult for Golden State to pull off financially, likely involving offloading the contract of recent acquisition Jimmy Butler, acquiring Antetokounmpo through any means necessary would automatically make the team championship favorites. Moreover, it would extend the team's currently limited 2-year championship window, giving Stephen Curry the best possible chance to win another title before the end of his career. With a dominant offensive force like Antetokounmpo present in the frontcourt, the Warriors could use Curry's off-ball movement even more dynamically than they have in the past, utilizing one of the best weapons in the NBA to their advantage. If Antetokounmpo is ultimately available, expect almost every team in the NBA to be involved in the sweepstakes. However, Golden State, given recent developments, could now have a budding shot at the superstar.